When Canada's industry minister stepped onto the stage at the World Economic Forum, she wasn't there to offer diplomatic cliches or vague reassurances. Melanie Joly was there to send a message. From the opening moments of her remarks, she made it clear that Canada had learned from years of economic pressure, political unpredictability, and repeated trade threats coming out of Washington. She spoke candidly about how Donald Trump's policies had served as a wake-up call, not just for Ottawa, but for the entire country. Instead of responding with fear, Canada responded with strategy. Instead of retreating, it diversified. And instead of waiting for stability to return to the United States, Canada began building its own. As the discussion moved into more complex territory, industrial policy, artificial intelligence, supply chains, energy systems, and social resilience, Joly didn't hesitate. She didn't deflect, soften her message, or oversimplify the challenges ahead. By the time she finished, it was clear to everyone in the room that Canada was no longer reacting to global uncertainty. It was managing it. And in a world defined by volatility, that distinction matters.
So, Minister, let me start off with you.
Yes.
I know we're going to have a good and intense debate. It's very nice to see you. Minister, how's decoupling protectionism and geopolitical risk reshaping global growth and reshaping your industrial policy?
Well, this is the big question that many countries are asking themselves. You just heard the Prime Minister in his speech. And I think a year ago, the fact that we reacted very, very strongly to what the U.S. was doing to us was a wake-up call in Canada. And we've been dealing with this trade war. It's been tough, but Canadians are tough and extremely resilient, and I must say resourceful. So in that sense, there are many things, we've been saying back home, there are lots of things we can't control. We can't control what's going on in Washington, but there are many things we can control. And we can control who we're doing business with. So obviously, you heard the Prime Minister, we have access to 1.5 billion people in terms of market. We have a free trade agreement with Europe. We just came out of China where we were able to stabilize our relationship also and have a new strategic partnership. We also came out of Qatar. We've been to the UAE. We've been everywhere around the world because diversification of our trade has been at the core of what we do. The other thing I must say, Francine, is, what type of business we do. So we're very strong in aerospace. We have the fastest civil jet in the world. We are an auto nation. We have the most productive plants in the Americas. We have a lot of AI. We're a food and energy superpower. So we have a lot of strengths. So our plan back home is protect, create, attract. We will protect workers that are affected by the tariffs. When it comes to creating jobs, and your question regarding growth, there are many places. So we're looking at building the next generation of cars, EVs, and autonomous vehicles. We will have a very strong focus on that. We also have an approach to attract capital through major projects, infrastructure, so ports, mining projects, conventional and renewable energy. And also, we have a new defense industrial strategy coming up. We will invest $81 billion over the next 5 years to build our sector, to build the planes, the drones, the AI, etc. And finally, we're working on attracting talent.
Minister, partly this is really a reaction to, I don't know if you want to call it aggression, but the threats of the Trump administration.
Well, I think we had to do it. And in every crisis, there's an opportunity. And so it was time to do it, and we're doing it. But there's definitely a big sense of urgency. I've been in cabinet for 10 years at this point, and I was saying that, during COVID, there was clearly that urgency. We were going fast. We're going at pretty much the same pace on the industrial front.
What Joly demonstrated at Davos wasn't just political skill, it was institutional maturity. She showed that Canada has moved beyond short-term reactions and emotional responses to external pressure, choosing instead to operate with a long-term vision rooted in diversification, technological investment, industrial resilience, and social stability. While Donald Trump continues to rely on confrontation and unpredictability, Canada is quietly building systems designed to withstand both. While political noise dominates much of the global conversation, Canada is investing in policy, planning, and people. Joly's appearance was a reminder that serious leadership doesn't require theatrics. It requires preparation, clarity, and the ability to connect complex ideas to real lives. She made it clear that Canada is no longer defined by its proximity to American politics, but by its own strategic choices. And in a world marked by uncertainty, that confidence, backed by competence, has become Canada's greatest advantage. For clear, fact-driven analysis of how Canada responds to pressure, interference, and global power politics, subscribe to Capital Insight, like the video, share it, and stay with us.